Well, we're on a bit of a run of form. 9 games unbeaten, 7 of which have been in the league. There's a few draws in there, but it is 7 games unbeaten. Today, we have a little bit of a test because we are up against one of the inform sides and one of the sides right at the top of the table. Let's see how we can get on against them. Hello and welcome to episode 31 of From the Bottom Up to the Top. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have games against Macclesfield in the Vanarama National League and Kidderminster also in the Vanarama National League. Macclesfield is at home, Kidderminster is away, and our form against Kidderminster has not been too special away from home. We have beaten them at home on both occasions that we've played them, but we have lost on both occasions away from home, so that doesn't augur very well. But hey, now's the time to change. Let's have a look and see how we've been getting on since you were last with us. So the last game that you saw was a Bromley, which was a 1-1 draw, and then we played Northampton and managed to, right on 90 minutes, Martin Smith scored to equalise to make it 2-2. We had a 1-0 win against Chorley, managed to grind that one out, and it was literally a couple of days after the Northampton game, so everybody was tired, but virtuous of a penalty from Benny Ashley Seal on 73 minutes. Blythe Spartans, we played in the Builder Base FA Trophy second round. We beat them 5-0 and then carried that form through to the Chester game where we won 2-0 and then finished the little run of games between episodes with a televised game at that, against Yeovil Town, where we were a goal down after 12 minutes but managed to get back through Martin Smith, who seems to be on a little bit of a run of form at the moment. He's scored in the last 3 games and scored 4 out of the last 5 games, so he's on a little bit of form, albeit I think he's had a couple of penalties. No, he actually missed a penalty, I think, in one of these games, and actually then managed to get a goal, which cheered him up a little bit. Table wise, you will see we are currently sitting in 4th place on 55 points, having played 30 games, and just above us with a game in hand is Northampton on 58 points, and then Swindon and Kidderminster are at the top of the table, first and second, with 61 points, both played 30 games. Slightly better goal difference, well, not too bad a goal difference, but slightly better goal difference at the moment, and Woking just outside the playoffs on 47 points, so a little bit of a gap there. So Yeovil Town do have a game in hand, but obviously with that managed to secure a win draw against them. It does actually mean that that gap remains between us and them. Bromley are the team that are immediately over our shoulders, I guess. What else has been happening since you were with us last? Right, Nia Kirby, who we've been tracking for months to try and get him in after he wouldn't sign contracts with us after he'd been on trial, has eventually come back to us and said he's interested. And we have offered him a contract which he has accepted at this point. Not too sure whether we're going to accept it or not, because it will push us way over the budget, and as we already know, we have more than enough players in this position, so I don't know, but he may be one for the future. We'll see what he comes back with, whether he comes back and accepts our offer, and we'll have to take it from there, I guess. Don't think there's been any transfer incomings, not since you were last with us, or any outgoings come to that. We may be in a position where we're going to have to offload quite a few players in the not too distant future. We are continuing to have our run of injuries. We've had people going in and out. I think they'll want to have a look at the new medical facilities or something. Currently out, Aaron Harling, Egan Riley and Max Ram all out just for a few days, apart from Harling, who's been out for about a week or so. He's got about another 10 days to go. He's off with a pulled hamstring. Egan Riley's had a cold, and Max Ram has had blisters, would you believe. Jordan Thomas and Tom Scully are coming back from injury. Both are in the lineup today, which means that we'll go through to our first game, which is against Macclesfield Town at home. And here we are against Macclesfield. We are favourites for this game. We are in strong recent form. Theirs is inconsistent. Let's hope they continue to be inconsistent. We've played them once earlier in the season and only managed to get a draw. Other games going on today. Kidderminster are away to Wealdstone. Swindon are away to Solihull Moors. Both those teams immediately above us. Northampton aren't playing, I can see, so that means they will have another game in hand over us. And I think that takes us through to the team that we've selected. Slicker in goal, and he has been in excellent form just recently, as Kieran Slicker. Richards, Beavers, Lightbourne and Thomas in defence. Scully comes back after being ill and takes up his place at the base of midfield. Rydell, Smith and Harris in central midfield, and Armstrong and Ashley Seal continue up front. On the bench we have Carter, Lund, White, Morton and Charman. Because Scully, having come back from injury stroke illness, he is been advised that he will only play 45 minutes, so White will probably come on for him at half time. Okay, that's the team we've selected, and let's see how we go. And we have a week between this game and the game against Kidderminster Harriers, which is good news, because had Kidderminster come very close behind, I think we would have been struggling possibly. Right, there's only one keep the run going, which is I expect nothing but a win from this match to keep a good run going. I didn't do much last time. I'm going to go with the pundits one again, because that seems favourite with the team. Okay, it looks like we have a bit of a icy pitch as well. Blue lines. This is a novelty. And early days. Oh, it's snowing in fact. So that was Richards to Scully, and we have a yellow ball as well. Lovely. Armstrong with the header forward. Ashley Seal picks it up and crosses looking for Harris. Harris now goes on the outside of his player, crosses, and the ball comes back in from Rydell, but over the top on this occasion. Thomas with a reasonably long throw to Harris. Harris to Ashley Seals, back to Thomas. Thomas with the cross in, and Armstrong got underneath that. And a goal kick it is for his troubles. Jordan Thomas has picked up a yellow card. I think that's his 4th of the season. And they are on the attack. But Smith has managed to win the ball back. Seals, Ashley Seal got around his defender, but the goalkeeper was equal to it. Could this game get abandoned at half time due to snow? That's what we don't know. And the goalkeeper sneaking that ball. We're going to have another strange goal. Lightbourne with a free kick now, just inside their half. Ball over the top to Ashley Seal, and it can only be parried by the goalkeeper, and Martin Smith continues his goal scoring form with a goal after 26 minutes. His 9th goal of the season. Ashley Seal seems to have lost his pertinence for scoring goals at the moment, but luckily they're still fairly hard hit, that goalkeepers have trouble hanging on to them, and they've equalised almost immediately, well, not within a couple of minutes, and a long range shot not closed down by our defence. That caught them unaware, because I think they thought the ball was coming in. So a good set piece from Macclesfield, but not what we wanted really, and a free kick given. This is in Smith territory, but didn't come to anything obviously. We have a corner now. Scully with the corner, and Ashley Seal back on the score sheet. 25th goal of the season from the corner. The defence left him on his own, and he wasn't missing that. So back in front. A few goals there in quick succession, and looks like we're going to go through to half time. Those 2 goals up. Better team. Macclesfield have had a few chances nonetheless, and this is happy with performance so far. Keep it up. Jordan Thomas needs to avoid getting the second yellow card, and I don't think we've got anybody that's really not playing the game today. Harris doing quite well on the outside. Rydell probably is the only one, and what we're going to do, I'm going to tell him off, tell him there's no pressure, which he's happy with. So let's carry on. Need to get this win. And they've started to make a few changes. Right, we're nearly through to 70 minutes, and we are now. Let's have a look at some changes then. Tom Scully should have only played 45 minutes, I've just realised, and he's actually played a little bit longer than that. So we're now going to substitute him for White. And who else needs? Nobody else desperately, and nobody else playing particularly badly. Armstrong's probably the tiredest out of the 2 fronts players, which might get Charman on. And defensively we're doing okay. So let's bring Charman on for Armstrong, and we're going to put him on his favoured target man. And we have a corner now. Richards with the corner comes in, not finding any of our players. Rydell's going to get out to this ball, and he's going to cross the ball in, hopefully, to Smith on the edge of the area. I thought Smith might have had a shot then, but Ashley Seals makes it 3-1 and pretty much seals the game up for us. We'll drop to a positive for the moment, and Rydell crossing that ball back in. Smith obviously wasn't confident in that and did the right thing, out to Harris. Harris crossed the ball in into the path of Seal, and he scored. Right, 80 minutes gone, and let's have a look. Mark Beavis is tired. Lewis Richards, he's not had too bad a game today. I was tempted to. I think we're going to take Jordan Thomas off because he has come back from injury, and he has got a yellow card. So if we do that, then I think that will suffice, and we'll drop to a balanced, I think 3-1 I'll be happy with. 3 points on the board, and that looks like what we're going to get. Job well done, boys. Happy with the result and the way that you played. Indeed, everybody's happy. And I think that will take us. We'll see where we are in the league. Still fourth, 58 points on the same points as Northampton, but Northampton, as we know, have 2 games in hand now. We have closed that gap to 3 points between us and Kidderminster, which makes the next game extremely interesting. Kidderminster losing to Wealdstone and Swindon only managing to draw against Solihull Moors, who are on the bottom of the table, which means that that gap has closed. 4 points to Swindon and 3 points to Kidderminster. The other interesting thing is we now have a goal difference of 20, which is better than both these two. So what is also very interesting is Northampton. If you look at Northampton have actually only lost 3 games this season against Woking, Darlington and Kidderminster Harriers. Where they've actually stood up is the fact that they have drawn a lot of games, so they are the draw specialists in this division. Well, not actually, because if you look at Welling, Macclesfield and Eastleigh even all seem to have drawn quite a lot, and Barnet 14 as well. So okay, interesting. Quality of possession provides the victory. So we now move up. Pat on the head for Ashley Seals. And he's happy with that. So it moves to our next game of the episode, and really one which is a 6-pointer now at the top, and it's against Kidderminster, I believe. And a week has gone by since you were last with us, and it has been an interesting week, to say the least. If we can go up here, I think, if I'm rightly, that's the league table. We don't want the league table. We wanted the last scores, actually. Maybe it was on this screen. I think we go in here, actually. Here we go. So the last scores, since you were last with us, Northampton have beaten Halifax Town 4-1. Barrow beat Darlington 3-1. Darlington played again. That was on Sunday. They played again on Wednesday, drew 0-0 with Solihull Moors. Woking beating Barrow 3-1. And all those games leaves the table looking like this. Northampton now up into second place with 27 goal difference. That's interesting. On 61 points above Kidderminster Harriers, who we play in this next game. Swindon still on top on 62 points, but Northampton do have a game in hand, so they could overtake them if they win that game in hand. Bromley have a game in hand. They're in 6th on 52 points. Hartlepool just outside the playoff places now on 49 points on goal difference. So a lot to play for, and a 6-pointer today, because if we can win this game today, then we would overtake Kidderminster on goal difference, and we'd literally be a point behind Swindon Town, and possibly 3 points. 3 points behind Northampton. So assuming they win that game in hand, so really quite an interesting a day or so. The fixtures for this round of games, so won't get to use up the game in hand, I don't think. Northampton are at home to Wealdstone. Swindon are at home to Wrexham. And behind us we have Woking, who have played a few games just recently. They're at home to Notts County, and just below them Bromley with a game in hand. They are... Here we are. They are away to Yeovil Town. So no easy games there, I don't think, as far as we can see. So let's go through to the team we've selected for this. Oh, before we move on and give it away, we have actually secured 2 transfers since you were last with us. Yes. Nia Kirby has finally signed for us. His favourite roles are Mazzala, advanced playmaker, deep line playmaker. He is a 22-year-old central midfielder, obviously. He is currently a 3.5 star current ability, will be a 4.5 star current ability. He does... he is better than what we've got here already, which is one of the reasons we brought him in. He's better than Tom White, better than Martin Smith. Not so good up front in the attacking midfield role, and he's second best to Tom Scully in defensive midfield, but his preferred position is Mazzala. So that's his preferred role up front there. And also we have brought John Bakati. Not that we need any more strikers, but this is probably a possibly a sort of a further down the line, as it's an investment then, if you like, because we have been tasked with buying players in and then selling them on, and I'm thinking he's been doing very well under trial for us. If we have a look at his form for the under 18s, you'll see here, you'll see all the goals that he's been scoring. Hasn't scored in the last 2 games, which is interesting. But again, also his rating has been fairly high as well. So I think bright prospect in the making there. So I think it pretty much also gives us a lot of backup in most of the positions now throughout the team. The only place that we could probably do with somebody is on the left side here. Rydell needs some proper backup. Morton, of course, can play over there, but he's not particularly fancy. So ideally, we do want a backup in that left midfield, and that's I think the one thing that we need to be scouting and looking out for. Right, we are going to go to positive on this because we are playing a side just above us. Nia Kirby, I think he wants to play in that Mazzala role, but I'm not sure it allowed me to. It's not allowing me to do the Mazzala, which is weird. So we've got Scully as a deep lying playmaker, which is his preferred position. Kirby is a advanced playmaker on attack. Right, let's see if that does the business. So the team that we've selected then is Slicker in goal, Richards, Beavers, Joseph and Egan Riley in defence, Scully at the base of midfield, Rydell, Kirby now, Harris in central midfield, McAtee and Ashley Seals up front, and on the bench we have Carter, Lund, Smith, Morton and Armstrong. Luke Armstrong drops to the bench for this game. Been playing a lot, and I think there's some options there as well, so hopefully that will do. We need to give a number to both these players, Nia Kirby, and I think we've actually beaten last year's squad numbers. Submit the numbers and see what we can do against Kidderminster. yeah, we actually get the carry on where we left off talk. Not that it's been very effective, but we did get that talk. And throw in from Rydell to McT. Rydell with the cross back in, and Ashley Seal heads it over on this occasion. Let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us. Joseph picks up a yellow card, and a bullet header from Adam Long puts them one up, really against the run of play. That was their first shot on target, as you'll see. Oh, it's gone again. Left him unmarked, and I think whoever that is at the back there, Joseph, and then behind him, Beavers, missed the header, and he was coming in behind him. So Kellerman's been injured, and I think he's got caught by Scully, because Scully is looking injured as well. Potential arm injury. Let's see if he picks up. Yeah, he's picking up a bit. And a corner from them, and their second goal. We are going to go down here unless we can pull this out of the bag. Both goals against the run of play, and it's Beavers again has missed the header. Beavers having a poor game. Let's have a shout of show some passion. Ball out of defence, looking for Ashley Seal. Ashley Seal now. He's put it back for Kirby. Kirby missed his pass, and why didn't that defender pick the ball up? Wayward shot there from Kidderminster. You have to ask yourself. Joseph with the hoofed ball forward, looking for Ashby Seals, and that's over the top for Ashby Seal, and we've got one back, but it's been disallowed. He's offside. And we're not going to see the replay of that disallowed goal, and half time comes. We're 2-0 down. Both goals from Adam Long. Kirby not playing the best, and Lewis Richards again, and I think we're going to have to substitute Scully. Right, I'm going to tell him play an actual game. Scully. Joseph, we need to tell, as we usually do. Here's Richards. Oh, not happy with your performance. Right, let's have a look and see. We have Smith on the bench, so it's Smith for Scully. And had Ashley Seal actually managed to score that goal and pulled it back to 2-1, I think we could have had an interesting second half. As it is, I fear Harris now picked up a yellow card as well. That's forward to Ashley Seal. Ashley Seal on the ball. He's picked up Harris. Harris, is he going to try and get wide? He is. Cross the ball in, and Kirby scores his first goal on joining the club. Cross in from Jonathan Harris, and Kirby was lying there in wait. There he is, pops the ball away. And so, after being a bit despondent at half time, maybe it's a game on. Should we demand more? I think so. Yeah, Martin Smith picked up a yellow card now as well. And through to 70 minutes. I think we're going to go attacking because we really need to try and win this. Let's have a look. Egan Rye is tiring. At the back there, Lewis Richards still having a fairly poor game. And right, what can we do that's likely to influence the game? Possibly bring Armstrong on for McAtee, because whilst he's not had the worst of games, he's not had the best either. And for the moment, I'm tempted to leave it at that. Nobody is really tired and making changes for change's sake at the moment. With 56 minutes gone, it's nothing else happening. I think they've shut the door now and shut us out. Lewis Richards is getting tired, so is Egan Riley. So London for Riley. That will be our final change. And tempted to go very attacking now. I've got nothing to lose realistically. Beavers to Richards, back to Beavers. Beavers inside to Smith, and then back to Beavers. Beavers looking for Armstrong, didn't find him. There is a danger here now. We've gone to attacking. Rydell picks up the ball in midfield. We need Rydell to do something with it. He's got Beavers, and it's gone out to Ashley Seals. Hits that post. Was he offside? I think he was. Yeah. And back down to attacking for a minute. They score again. That's game over. Lund with a header clear. And that is the end of the game. A game we should have won. Certainly edged it apart from the possession, and maybe it was the possession that didn't win us the day. And another episode where we don't have 2 wins in succession. Yeah, it's one of those days, and I think Lewis Richards again, not pleased with what I saw out there today. Really need to look at a left side. I think we might bring Lightbourne on for a few games and put Richards on the bench. He's consistently bad in that right side. Nia Kirby having a good debut, and Jonathan Harris picking up in the second half. Where does that leave us table wise? Well, still in 4th. Now played 32 games. We are 6 points behind Northampton, who are in 2nd. 7 points behind Swindon, who are in 1st at the moment. And obviously having lost that game against Kidderminster Harriers, we're now 4 points, 6 points behind them as well. And that is a little bit of worry. That was a 6-pointer that we should have really had in our pockets, and also closing the gap in here as well. So we need to be very, very careful. Swindon 1-1-0 against Wrexham, and where are they? Northampton winning 2-0 at Wealdstone. Kidderminster win the Battle of Agra, and as I said, we don't tend to have a good record against them away. Kirby scores on his debut, and that's where we are for this episode. We'll be back for the next episode, and the next episode we will come back and just have a quick look. You can't see it, I should have done it before. We'll be coming back somewhere around about the start of March for the Welling United Wealdstone games, somewhere around about there, unless we're having a decent run in the builder base, and then we might come back for a builder base. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with future episodes. New episodes are currently released every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 4:15. Follow me on Twitter for updates on this channel and more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. The next episode is episode 32, and we'll be out on Wednesday. Goodbye.